Hey guys, welcome back to Culture Cantina. I'm one of your hosts, Rocky Kari.
And I'm Shrikari.
And today we are reviewing the first season of The Mandalorian, the first Star Wars live-action TV show on Disney+. So first we're going to talk about our spoiler-free review on our thoughts on The Mandalorian Season 1, and then we're going to go into certain parts of spoilers that we really want to talk about, things we liked, things we didn't like, or just interesting tidbits that we want to talk about.
Overall, I thought the show was very, very entertaining. I had a really good time with the show. I think the best part about this is the relationship between the Mandalorian and the child, who is the baby Yoda. Their relationship is great. I love how that transforms as the show goes on, and you really see that they care a lot about each other. In terms of the episodes, I thought the first 3 episodes were amazing. I thought it was jam-packed with action. It was intense. I liked the story. I liked where it was going. In the middle, it kind of dips a little bit, but then over the last 2 episodes, it really picks up and makes for a really intense and epic finale. So overall, I was very impressed with the show. I think the action is fantastic. I think the shots, the scenes, the production design, the music, it's all makes and really sets the tone for what they're trying to do. And overall, I thought Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni, the creators of the show, who were kind of overseeing this, they did a phenomenal job. Again, the middle kind of dips for a little bit for me, and those kind of seem drawn out. I think the ending, it kind of felt rushed, and I think they could have had a better conclusion. But overall, I'm on board for this, and I'm really happy about what we got. So overall, really, really happy with The Mandalorian. I'm going to give the first season of The Mandalorian an 8.5. Again, thought it was very entertaining and liked the content, and I'm definitely very excited for season 2.
For me, I really enjoyed this show. I really liked The Mandalorian as a character. Following him, he was a great protagonist, even though 99% of the time we couldn't even see his face and he couldn't emote. And the writing, of course, really helped with that. I love the cinematography of this show. Every shot has so much going on in it, and even the simple ones. Everything in the show is very effective, and also with the music. And I really like the way the first 3 episodes are done. It is near perfect. The filmmaking on display in those episodes is incredible. And like you said, I feel it does dip in episode 4, 5, and 6, but one of the best things about the show is in 7 and 8 when some of the little plot points come together, and I think it creates a really awesome ending. It doesn't really wrap it up as nicely as I would like, because there's going to be a season 2, so it's more of a continuation, and it ended leaving me a little unsatisfied, but that's not to say the entire show is unsatisfying. The show is awesome. Each episode is short, but also feels very jam-packed. And yeah, if you're a Star Wars fan, you're going to love this show. I'm so happy that the first Star Wars live-action show is a great one. Going off of that, I'm going to give this an 8. I think it's a great show. Like I said, the middle dips for me, but the production on display is incredible. The music, the cinematography, the directing, all across the board, it is great.
You know, I think this show really got famous with all the Baby Yoda stuff that came out on social media. If you look into it, there is actually a really good show behind all those memes.
Absolutely.
So I really encourage anyone to check out the show. You do not need to necessarily watch Star Wars to understand it and get it.
Which is a hard thing to do. It's really
yeah.
cool that they were able to hit that.
So if you have Disney Plus, definitely check it out. So yeah, very impressed with the first Star Wars live-action series, The Mandalorian.
So now we're going to be getting into our spoilers, so if you have not seen The Mandalorian, click away now, and let's get started. So one of the things I really want to talk about is the relationship with Baby Yoda and The Mandalorian. Like I said before, with the first 3 episodes, there's not a lot of talking between The Mandalorian and Baby Yoda. It's almost all visual that they're able to immediately establish a connection between them. Throughout the middle of the show, with all the run-ins they get into, with especially in episode like 5 and 6, it helps drive their connection together. So a lot of people say some of the episodes are kind of filler, but to me, if there's an episode with character development, I don't see it as filler, and this show really does a great job of that.
I really did like the relationship between them. It was awesome that the child, Baby Yoda, was Force sensitive, and every time he used the Force, I think those were just epic. They were just
Jaw-dropping.
intense and jaw-dropping. Exactly. It was great seeing Baby Yoda in tune with the Force and kind of using that to his advantage. And it was great. I think a big thing was learning more about the Mandalorian culture.
Yeah.
You learn about, they talk about the phrase, "this is the way," and the importance of armor and tech, and it just really makes you appreciate the Mandalorian culture, and also this guy, how he's a foundling, so someone who's not of Mandalorian blood, but is kind of adopted into it, correct?
Yeah.
And I love that we can kind of see someone who's so passionate about it with the Mandalorian.
Yeah, it just adds so much to like the lore of Star Wars, and it's really cool because the Mandalorians are kind of like they're a big part of the Star Wars galaxy, but in the movies they're rarely touched upon. So having it in a live action show like this in the forefront of Star Wars is really awesome for the Star Wars lore. When I mentioned that the middle of the series kind of dips, it especially dips for me with some of the loose ends of the show, particularly the shadow person who walks up to the dead body in episode 5. That's something that I feel that should be touched upon. We thought it was going to be touched upon at the end of the first season, but it wasn't really. And also in episode 6 with all of the side bounty hunters trapped in that Republic fleet, I feel like they're going to come back, but yeah, that's just me. That's one of my gripes with the show is that those episodes, sometimes it felt kind of aimless, and I don't really know where those plot points are going to go, if at all.
I think at the end of episode 6, when you see the group of bounty hunters trapped, I think that was just to show that they were just alive and that the Mandalorian did not kill them. I mean, I'm sure they might come up again in the future, but I would totally agree with the end of episode 5 when we see the caped figure approach the body and it cuts to the end of the episode. There were a lot of theories going around that was Boba Fett, which would have made for an epic, because he is technically, in the lore, he is technically alive after the events of Return of the Jedi.
Yeah.
So it would have been really awesome to kind of see. I thought it was going to lead up to a Mandalorian versus Boba Fett fight near the end. Maybe we might get that, but that was a loose end I wish they closed a little bit.
Yeah.
Kind of addressed.
And that is something they have to address in Season 2. If that's just nowhere in Season 2, that's definitely going to annoy me. But it seems like there's a plan there. I
also really wanted to talk about the supporting cast in this. I think some of the side characters that only appeared in one episode, so they weren't reoccurring, I kind of thought that they were, kind of pointless. And I mean, it makes sense that they were just in that episode and they didn't really have a lot of weight, which was fine.
Particularly the rookie bounty hunter in the 5th episode and the bounty hunters in the 6th episode.
Yeah.
I just wanted to point that out.
Yeah. Again, I feel they could have been a little bit stronger, but it is what it is. They were only in one episode.
Yeah.
But I think the people who were reoccurring throughout the show were very, very well done. My favorite character, besides Mando and Baby Yoda, was Quill. He was awesome. You just really respect him. That the fact that, he's very wise, he's very helpful to Mando and Baby Yoda, and near the end, he doesn't do it for money.
He doesn't need to help.
Yeah, he does not need to, and he doesn't anyway. And I really appreciate his character. I was so sad that he passed away. It was really sad seeing him go down, and again, he went out like a hero, and it was awesome to see that. But then, also the shock trooper. I thought her character was really well done.
Yeah.
I thought she really connected and was a good B character to Mando. And then also Carl Weathers' character, the head of the bounty hunters. I thought near the end he was done really well. He had a couple of one-liners that were pretty funny near the end. Besides Mando and Baby Yoda, I thought the supporting cast was done very well.
Also, don't forget the IG droid, IG-11.
Yeah, oh my gosh, yeah.
He did a great job. His
totally.
character was awesome in the show, and I think it was cool because you get character development of the Mandalorian realizing that not all droids are evil.
Yeah.
And I really like that. It's a little thing that's consistent throughout the whole season, but it really reaches its peak when IG-11 sacrifices him.
Totally.
We find out that Giancarlo Esposito, the actor who played Gus in Breaking Bad, I forget his name in this, he has the Darksaber, which is a Mandalorian artifact. It really makes you think, how did he get it? Why does he have the Darksaber? How is he related to the Mandalorian? Because he knew his name. The finale leaves a lot of questions. Also, is Baby Yoda going to be a Mandalorian? Like I said, it's a great ending, but there are a lot of questions which get me really excited for Season 2.
Again, it kind of felt that they were trying to wrap it up quick and then kind of get on with it. Again, you only have 8 episodes and a 40-minute to do that big finale after you just left on a big cliffhanger.
Not too much time,
yeah. I'm really interested to see Gus, the villain with the dark blade. I'm really interested to learn more about him. A big thing that they did was they showed the Mandalorian's face. And we kind of were hypothesizing going into episode 8, are they going to show him, are they not? I personally thought they were not going to. I thought it would be more powerful if they didn't.
I thought he would, and what was really awesome is that we were both kind of right, because IG-11 is the only person who sees his face, along with the viewer, but no one else saw it, and IG-11 dies at the end. So I think it's really powerful that they showed his face, because it really shows that there's a humanity under him. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, I thought it was well done, and I do like that it was done with the droid as well. So I thought that was a great decision, and I think they executed that well.
So in the end, we both loved The Mandalorian. It's a really great show. The production here is excellent. I think Star Wars and the team of Dave Filoni, Jon Favreau, and everyone else around The Mandalorian really killed it. I think the potential is really there for an even better season 2. So it really just makes me excited for the future, especially for the live action series we're getting with Kenobi and other stuff like that. So yeah, I'm very excited for the future, and it's really, really nice to be a Star Wars fan at this time.
Yeah, and again, I mean, going off that, with the movies out, I know there's been a lot of mixed reviews, and people have kind of still been divided after Rise of Skywalker. But it's kind of really nice that we have this beautiful story that isn't related to all that, is doing its own thing, and it's creating this kind of week on week, which I kind of like, because then you have the theories week to week, and
the anticipation really helps.
Yeah, totally. And I think the characters are amazing in that with Mando and Baby Yoda, and I'm really interested to see where it goes, and I'm super psyched for season 2. So overall, I thought the team did a great job with the first season of The Mandalorian.
Thank you guys so much for watching. Please like and subscribe if you like our content, and we'll see you next time.
Awesome.
Take care.
Thanks again.
Bye-bye.